You can see here the oak tree today. It's all dried out, more or less, from the rain yesterday. And you can see the softwood here, the white, the hardwood, the brown, and then the white again, the softwood. So here's the log, and I'm going to lift up now the Alaskan mill and show you the thickness of this, which is going to be 1 3/4 for the slice. You can see in there between the blade and the top of the flat surface that I sliced off yesterday, there it is. And you want the Alaskan mill at the top to be very flat against the wood. Here we go. Wedges. Wow, that's crazy. If that were cedar instead of oak, I would have been through 3 or 4 times the length of that. That was the hardest slice I've ever done in the last 4 years or so that I've been doing this. That's crazy. But let's have a look and see what it looks like. Some of the bark came off. That's pretty cool. Wow. Wow, look at that. That's pristine. Wow. Whew. Isn't that beautiful? That's really beautiful. I couldn't ask for more than that. It's more than I deserve. I'm gonna bring the video over there so we can look at it. So, this blue oak, that's amazing. That's the first slice. And here's the trunk, the 8 feet 3 inches of it for my next slice. So here we go with the second slice. wedges at the very end as much as possible to help keep the slice apart from the log so that I can pull the chain with the bar out of the wood very smoothly and not struggle. It's anyway a struggle, but then if it's pinching it, if the slab is pinching on the log, it's going to make it a lot more of a struggle. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this next slice. You can see all the sawdust down here. I mean, it's inches thick, literally. It's like three inches thick of sawdust. Wow. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Pristine. Gorgeous. This thing is really heavy. You can see, kind of see this here. It's beautiful. Whoa! It's so heavy. Let me show this to you. So here's the piece I just cut. I just sliced. It's gorgeous. It's really amazing. You can see that there. Beautiful. And here's the log. Amazing. 2 slices. Here we go for the next cut, the third cut. And I set the Alaskan mill for 1 5/8, and I just measured the thickness of the 2 slabs, and they're just shy of 1 5/8. They're 1 9/16. So that's perfect. I put a little extra room in there. I wanted 1 1/2, and so if I want to plane these or whatever, I can do it, whether it be a machine, electric planer, or a hand planer. As I'm going more and more into the log, obviously it's getting wider as I go. And so that makes the cutting even more challenging and strenuous. Let's see how this slab, this third slab looks. Wow, really cool, beautiful. Wow, crazy. If you can see that there it is. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can situate that for you. There it is. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And it's like over 2 feet wide, at least 2 feet wide, I would say. And here we go, 4 slab. Woo! 4 slab. Thank you, God. Woo! I am thankful on this Thanksgiving today that I was able to get through 4 slices and of this blue oak. It's 23 inches, and at the very end it's 24 inches with the bark, so it's 23.5 inches without the bark. So that's a pretty wide piece of slab of blue oak that we're cutting. Let's have a look. Let's see what this looks like. There she is. Ugh. You see this? Wow, crazy, beautiful, and there she is. What I'm gonna do now, like I promised myself, is I'm gonna go down the road to our house. I'm gonna sharpen the chain, do a little maintenance, Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance, but from my perspective, Zen in the art of chainsaw maintenance, and enjoy every second of it, and probably be back up here about 3:30 to hopefully finish the 4 slices before dark at about 5 o'clock. All right, so the chain is sharpened. It took 45 minutes, and to go down the hill, sharpen it with a grinder attached to my car battery, and then set up again, come up here and put the chainsaw in the mill and set it for 1 5/8 inch thickness. Here we go. I'm on the 5th slab right now, and it's cutting much smoother because I sharpened the chain. It's a lot easier, a lot bigger pieces of sawdust are coming out, which means that the chain is a lot sharper. It's amazing. I'm in a race against the light. We got about 45 minutes more light, but it should work. I have 3 more slabs. About 15 minutes a slab should work. Let's look at the 5th slab. There you go. You can see this. It's very beautiful. Just a little bit of rot here, but that will actually enhance a table. And different colors of the blue oak in there, if you can see that. Really pretty, beautiful. It's like some tiger eye cut there. It's beautiful. Here we go for the 6th slab. Wow, pretty crazy. That's number 6. Let's have a look at this. Wow, that looks beautiful, stunning. So even though there's just a couple little holes, maybe 1.5 inches, well, I see 1 or 2 in a little bit of places of rot, but the wood, the slab is totally intact. So it's wonderful for a table. It's stable. It's amazing. I'll try and pivot this so you can look at it. If you see it here, it's amazing. I think you can see it. A beautiful piece. Okay, here's the bark. Bark's coming off, as it should. I'm going to set it down. Beautiful. And this sawdust got so thick, it's probably 8 inches. So it's like, I'm gonna move it out of here because it's starting to get in the way of the chainsaw head, the motor, as I go down and slab. This sawdust is mixed with chain oil, so that chain goes smooth through the wood. And what I'm going to do now is, because I went 2 cuts, I'm going to fill up the gas and the oil, and that'll be the last time, because I have 2 more cuts, it appears. I'll just show you something interesting, and we can figure out this together, how many cuts I have left. I'm going to take you down to this side over here, which was the part of the tree that was taller, and you can see that for sure I've got 1 more cut. And that may be enough, because what's going to be left after I make that 1 cut is just going to be a little piece here. It's going to be basically like a jacket. And then it gets thicker at the other side. Instead of being about 4 or 5 inches on this side, the other side probably has 8 or so, because that was the bigger part of the trunk down there. So I may just do 1 more cut and call it a day on the slabs. We'll see. Here we go, the 7th slab. Okay, so that's the 7th slab. I'm going to try and do the 8th one. I'll show you in a second. Let's look at the slab. Oh, beautiful. By the way, the 6th slab did crack at the bottom. There was some structural stuff going on in that one, but not this one, not the 7th slab, and not the 8th slab that I want to do. It's beautiful, the 8th one, God willing. But let's see if you can see this. Set it down. It set down actually itself. Really heavy. Well over 100 pounds. So I'll just show you it. Beautiful. There it is. You can see it. It's really pretty. It's solid. So we just had one of 8 slabs that cracked, but this one is solid and beautiful. If you can see over there, that's the 7th slab that cracked. All right, we're gonna go to the 8th. Let me show you something up here. This is the remaining log, and it's beautiful. And if you see down here, so I've got more than 1 3/4, 1 5/8 inches here. I've got, so, you know, I've got maybe 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be able to cut a slab all the way across and get one more slab out of this log. Here we go. And one thing I want to mention before I do this 8th cut is, like at the very beginning, before we started slabbing, I said it doesn't matter if the rails are level to the horizon, just as long as the rails are level to each other. and they were, but they were not level to the horizon. And so now that I got down to the 8th slab, so I leveled the remaining log by putting a log, a small piece of wood here. I mean, it's 4 inches thick or something, and propping up the remaining piece of the log, and that way my chainsaw motor, the head of the chainsaw, will not be dragging across the floor because of the slant on the horizon of the original rail. And that takes care of it. Here we go. What happened. There was about 1/4 of an inch left to cut, and I couldn't go anymore because my Alaskan mill was hitting the stump because I did it at an angle. So at the very end, like another, thank goodness, thank God, a challenge. So what I did is I went to the where I started this slab, and I just lifted it up, and I cracked it by lifting it up. And so now I'll be able to pull off the slab and take out the chainsaw with the mill.